Hello everyone, my name is Zuka, and if you don't know me, I'm a French Protoss player, and in this video I will show you a build order that you can use against all races. It's beginner oriented. You will see I will try to explain everything, every scout timing, every composition, every editation, but with this build order you will see there is almost no variation. If you want to see this build order in a Bronze 2 Master, for example, you can tell me in the comment section below, and of course don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more video from me. Let's go! We are on Nightshade. I'm the red Protoss player at the top left corner, and there is a blue Terran player at the bottom right corner. We'll go in my vision and I will explain you everything. Don't forget that this build order is designed to work against all races. That's the reason why sometimes there is some things that's not well optimized, but they work against all races, simply. So, I will put a pylon here. It's really important, and it's one of the most important points of the build order. If you play against a Zerg player, it's totally good to have this pylon here. It's perfect, and you need it. If you play against a Terran player, you can play with a pylon in your wall. Against a Protoss player, it can be sometimes tricky, but to be honest, it works. Even in Master 1, some players play like this, so it works. It works totally. So put your first pylon in your wall and learn to wall. It's probably one of the most important things to understand if you are a beginner on StarCraft 2 and a beginner as Protoss. You need to learn to wall. I will add at the top right corner of this video a video about how to wall. I did it last year, and it's a really good video, I think, if you want to learn this. So I will scout after my pylon, so I will be safe against every kind of cheese. Okay, I put my first gateway at 16, and I will add one gas at 17, one gas at 18. My first chrono boost is on the economy, and I will keep the two other chrono boosts for first units. Okay, I scout him, and I want to find what happened. So here I will just explain you basic things about scouting. I will link 3 more videos about how to scout, so in PvT, PvZ and PvP. But if you are a beginner, it's not really important to understand everything about scouting. There is just some little things to understand. So if you play against a Terran player, you just want to see if there is a barrack and if there is 1 or 2 gas. So if there is a barrack here, it's okay, it's a standard opening. If there is only 1 gas, it's a standard opening. And you will just scout again a little bit later to see if there is a command center. So I will explain you this a little bit later. If you play against a Zerg player, you want to see an archery first. If you see a pull first, it's a cheese. And if you play against a Protoss player, you want to see 2 gateway. Simply. So if you see something else than that, it's probably something really aggressive or cheesy. So in this case, you will see you need a small adaptation. So here, I will simply add my second gateway, as you can see, and 2 probe in each gas. As soon as my first gateway is finished, I will add my cybernetic core. This is 2 gateway opening with 2 stalkers. You will see it works really well against all races, and most of the time you will simply win with this timing. Okay, so here 2 probes on each gas, and I will add my second pylon. So here you see I scout again. This is important in PvT to scout again at 1 minute and 45 seconds. So you see there is an SCV here, I see the CC, so okay. This is a fast CC, this is a standard opening. If you see a CC at 1 minute 45, it's a standard opening, so you are totally safe against most of all-ins. So okay, it's okay, and it's enough for the scout. It's more than enough if you are a beginner player. Just take this information and it's enough. If there is something else, you will just keep your units at home. Okay, so first unit will be 2 stalkers, Stalker 1 and Stalker 2, and of course Warp Gate. Okay, so I do my Warp Gate. My 2 Stalker will go here to kill the SCV, and I will keep them at home because I will do 2 more Stalkers. As you can see, I cut my economy at 16 probe on mineral, 3 probes on each gas, and you see I'm at 27, so I can add 2 more Stalker without being supply blocked. Simply. simply without being supply blocked. So I say 16, but you have one more probe on the map, which will be useful for the Nexus. I add another pylon, so pylon 3. You see, I stay at home to see the Reaper coming. So if there is no Reaper, I will meet him on the map, probably. Or maybe he's not opening with a Reaper, but it's not a big problem. To be honest, if you are a beginner player, if you play maybe in gold or platinum, the build order from your opponent can be very strange sometimes, so it's hard to follow the build order from a pro player or a master player. This is the reason why this kind of build order works really well and are better for a beginner. So when you have 4 stalkers, you will simply attack. So I have 4 stalkers, I A move, so simply click A and attack. I put my Nexus and I will add my robotic. I will simply attack the opponent. As you can see, I kill the Reaper on the map because he doesn't pay attention. To be honest, this game is against a German 1 player, so trust me, he's not a bad player. It's totally okay. And this build order is designed to get the Master League. So here I play against the German 1 simply. Okay, I will attack him. So of course, his CC is way faster than mine, but look at the economy. I have more probes than him because I didn't really cut my economy. You will only cut your economy when you want to add something very specific. For example, a Nexus. For example, the tech for Colossus, something like this. It's the only reason why you need to cut your economy, or if you take an all-in, of course. So if I saw something else than a CC first, than a nut cherry at 1 minute, I will keep my units at home simply, and it will be enough to hold almost everything. To be honest, 4 stalkers is really good in early game. I didn't talk a lot about this, but the chrono boost number 3 will be kept just because sometimes, especially when you play against a Zerg player, you can be circled by the Zerlings, and it can be very good to recall your army here. So keep your chrono boost number 3, trust me, it's really important. So why this push? Simply because with 4 stalkers you can one-shot every workers. Against Protoss, Terran or Zerg it works. So in this case, for example, there is a bunker, I will not focus fire the bunker. If I'm a beginner I can simply go back home if I don't want to micro. You don't really need to micro with this build order. But if you are diamond, for example, you can totally do a bit of micro and simply focus fire each SCV, and you will see that you will kill a lot of workers, and it can be very good at this moment of the game. Simply killing some workers is really amazing at this kind of timing. Look at the worker supply, it's really good. So okay. Let's go back to the game. So I will add one more gateway. If you want to play a little bit more greedy, you don't really need this gateway, but I add it because I have too many minerals. So this is one of the most important things to understand with this build order, and with most of build orders. If you have too many minerals, simply add some gateways. Simply add some gateways. It's one of the most important things. You don't want to have a big economy. It's pointless. And yes, simply add gateways if you have too many minerals. Now I will change the rally point of my 2 Nexus on the second mineral line. I add 2 more stalkers, and if you didn't lose 1 stalker like me, you should have 6 stalker at this timing, 4 minutes 15. Okay. First unit on the robotic will be 1 observer to check what your opponent does. And after this I will add 1 immortal. So this immortal is useful for defense. You will only do 1 immortal. Trust me, if you play PvP or PvZ, it can be very useful, for example against stalkers or against roach. So this immortal is really important. As soon as I have 16 probe on my mineral line, I will simply add 2 gas here. So you see, I add it. Oh, I did it a little bit before, but I will just start gathering them at 16. So I did it a little bit earlier. It depends sometimes of the game, sometimes of the damage I took during the game. So after my Immortal, I will do one Colossus. And of course I will do the range of Colossus. It's really, really important. I didn't expand fast, I didn't take a fast third. It's not very useful. If you're a beginner, trust me, focus on tech, so Colossus, and you will hold most of the thing, and taking a third a little bit later is really good. It's okay, it's totally okay. So with my observer here, I will try to take a good position. This position is really good, and you see I'm able to see each movement of his army, so this is perfect for me. I know if I need to warp some units, if he don't attack me, I will simply keep doing my tech, simply keep doing my upgrades and things like this. If he attacks me, of course I will add some shield batteries, simply. And of course, with this observer, if you play, for example, against a Zerg player, you can see something like a switch to a Spire to do a Mutalisk. If you play against a Protoss player, you can see a switch to a Skytos or things like this. So here, I just see that he's playing Bio with tanks, so this is okay. My army composition is okay. Trust me, this army composition is okay against almost everything. This is the reason why this build order works against all races. It's very, very balanced. You have some units to counter sky units. You have many Colossus to counter ground units. So this build order is hard to counter and easy to do. This is probably one of the most important things to understand in StarCraft 2 if you are a beginner. Don't focus on hard composition, hard army composition. Just focus on something simple, like Colossus, Stalker. This is way enough. You will start learning many other build orders when you will trust your macro. If you don't trust your macro, don't try some hard build order from pro players. Okay, first Colossus and just add another Colossus. You will never cut the Colossus production. Simply never cut the Colossus production. On the third base, I will not add any gas. You don't need them. So as you can see, I add a forge at 6 minute mark, just one forge. I did some previous PvX build order with Stalker Colossus and with Zealot Immortal Archons. To my opinion, it's not very useful to do 2 forge, because most of the time armor upgrades will be useless. In PvP and PvZ they are useless, in PvT they are useful, but you will see that you will have a better timing with only 1 forge. So it will be totally okay. So another Colossus, simply another Colossus. You see, I keep 2 Stalker here and 3 Stalker here. In case of drop, against the Zerg player and against the Protoss player, you don't really need to do this. But against the Terran player, you can take a drop. So so keep some units here. You see, I see the third CC from him. I see his yes, first tank, second tank, and 1 Medivac is coming. Let's check a little bit. Oh, he tries to do a drop. You see? So with my Stalker, he's forced to go back, and I will simply send some units here, keep my Stalker here, and he will be forced to go back. Yes, he's forced to go back, simply. So attack upgrades and just chrono boost them. You will see I will add 1 chrono boost. Don't forget that you have the replay in the description of the video. If you want to check some pre-save things, you can check them. Again. Okay, add some cannons. It's really important. I see many Protoss players losing against a drop just because they didn't put some cannons or because they didn't have some units at the perfect position. Trust me, even in Master League, some players will add just 3 cannons in the second base, and it would be very perfect. If you are not a very reactive player, you can add some cannons, but don't add them too early in the game. Add them when you take your third base, for example, and when you have a big economy. Okay. I did the Twilight Council, so you can add it a little bit later. I will do the charge, but to be honest, you don't need the charge. I do it because most of the time I switch to charge lot if I lose the first fight, but you don't really need it. You can add Blink if you want, but this build order is focused on easy composition, so no micro, nothing like blink stalker or thing like this. So you can do blink, but you can do charge if you want to be totally safe. Sometimes it can be very useful to warp some zealot in defense, simply. Okay, I start adding some gateways simply because I have too many minerals. Check this, I have too many minerals, so I can add 3 gateways, 4 gateways, 5 gateways. It really depends of your macro. At the moment I have 4 Colossus, 13 Stalkers, and 1 Observer. It's my army. It's simply my army, and 1 Immortal, of course. So I will simply try to defend my sub base, because most of the time the opponent will attack at this position. He will always try to attack at the weakest point, and the weakest point is probably the third base. But as you can see, with my Observer, I know that it doesn't attack me, so we'll just play the macro game. Simply play the macro game. I add another Colossus, and of course I do the +2 attack. I will attack when I have the +2, and you will see that at the moment of the +2, I will be close to my max supply, so I can simply move him and win the game. Okay, so you see, I don't have many gas. I have more gas than mineral, but you will see that I will use all these gas as soon as I will start working my my last group of units. So here I break the rock to go faster to the opponent base. I add the warp prism as soon as I'm almost ready to attack. So now I'm really close to attack, and yeah, just take the force base, wait the warp prism, and warp units. You see, it's really simple. This build order is really simple, and trust me, it really works against every other race. Against a Protoss player, it's not a standard army composition, but recently I lose against this kind of composition because there is too many damage from Colossus. Colossus are really insane. They are just insane and hard to counter before probably the Master 1 League. Yes, even for other player. Even for other player. So here you see he has, let's check it, he has 3 base, he has a big army, he has a wall here, so it will be hard to fight. It will be, yes, it will be very hard to fight, but you will see. A move is the key. A move is totally the key to win this game. So my +2 is almost finished. I will attack him, and I will start working my last group of units. I did 1 observer in my army composition. It can be useful against mines, for example, and against the Zerg player it can be useful to kill some creep tumors. Okay, I will start attacking. I wait my last Colossus. I will have 6 Colossus here. And many stalkers. And simply many stalkers. I didn't make any sentry. 1 sentry can be useful. Yes, it can be useful. But yes, we will play without macro. You don't need any macro. The best tip that I can give to a beginner is really focus on simple army composition again. So yeah, I will try to attack him. So I will break this rock. You see, I have my max supply now. So now I just need to attack. I have a max supply, so it's perfect. I have +2 and max supply army. So I will try to go at this position. It will be very hard. But yeah, I can go at this position. You will see I will just A-move. It can be hard. It can seem very hard, but no, it will be okay. Just A-move. You see, I just A-move to show you that it's way enough. I can micro and do a better fight. But most of the time, it's not very useful. And you see, I did the charge. Now I will simply warp some zealots that will help me during this fight. So just attack with them. So here I go directly to the opponent base. I have some zealots and I can attack here and here. You see, I totally killed everything. I simply killed everything, and without macro, without any macro. And it was probably one of the worst fights that you can do in StarCraft 2. Fighting like this can be very bad. Attacking on a ramp is not very good. So here he tried to drop me, I did 1 recall to defend this. 1 recall is way enough. Always try to keep your recall. So if, of course, if he sends his Liberator here to attack you, yes, go back with your Stalker. Especially if you already kill all his third base and second base. And just make more units and come back, and you see it just leaves the game because it doesn't have anything to counter me now. This build order is simply very strong. If you want to know how to hold cheese with this build order, I will add some link in the description of the video. So if you want to know how to hold a 12 pool, how to hold a proxy racks, how to hold a cannon rush, check it. If you have any questions, you can ask them in the comment section below. You can of course subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Bye!